Let's face the facts. America really don't give a shit about black people. Hello, my name is Jeremy. I'm a paramedic and current nursing student, and welcome to The Real Truth. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. And yeah, got a few things to talk about. I'm gonna be real for a second. Yeah, with the things that's happening, going on and stuff, let's be real. America hasn't given a shit for a while about black people. If they would have gave a shit, they would have basically focused on not assuming every single one of us is an athlete. Focus on stereotypes that we needed a rapper or a thug, or if 5 to 10 legally armed black people came in and it came to anywhere near a vicinity that the National Guard wouldn't be activated. Like, come on, man. Let's be real. Yes, this normally isn't the theme that I talk about on my channel because I try to keep it more towards on the neutral end of basically just the paramedic or just the nursing aspect. But being a black African American male, black American male, because I'm not from Africa, I was born in the United States, it triggers me that now you give a shit when people come in, when you had a Black Lives Matter basically protesting, you had the National Guard covering it, making sure no one can come anywhere near the Capitol. Because let's face the facts, you always thought of us as a threat. And like, I get it. It's our country, we gotta go from there, but let's face the facts. If those white protesters, those like domestic terrorists would have basically been black, it would have been shut down a lot quicker. I know it, Joe Biden knows it, every politician knows it, especially the ones in Congress that witnessed it because they were locked down in a room. Well, I hate to tell you this, but every black person in America has basically known this terror. So we know to either shut up and get on the line and basically just so we can survive. And we even taught our children to basically avoid this because we know we are targets. We know that, like, hey, the police knows how to act right with white people, but they don't know how to act right with black people. We have to basically do this to protect ourselves. I don't understand that there's some aspect of the Hispanic community, and like, I'm not talking about the Afro-Latinas, because the Afro-Latinas actually have to worry about the same thing that we do. But let's face the facts, the Latinas, if they have an American last name, can hide the fact that they're Latina. We can't hide the fact that we're black. And the funny thing is, we don't even get away from it if we go to a hospital, if we get injured. We still get biases and stuff. Like the mortality rates when it comes to black females when they get pregnant, and the maternity rates and they have internal bleedings from certain sections is absurd. Like I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's like 2 out of 3 black women that had received a C-section has internal bleeding and increases the chances of their death. It's a documented fact. But now it's cool to basically worry about black lives. Well, all lives matter. It didn't really matter at the Capitol. Like, they had 2 pipe bombs. 2 pipe bombs that was defused by the FBI in the center's Capitol. 4 dead. 4 dead in a unstructured security aspect of the Capitol. If it was a Black Lives Matter thing, they would have been tear gas. It would have been de-escalated well beforehand. A lot of these guys are armed. They threw tear gas. They shot at these people. It's just certified BS. You already know what it is. Every black person alive in the United States of America knows that if we would have done a fraction of what happened over there, there would be a lot more body bags and a lot more arrests. Let's not ignore the facts. You guys aren't stupid. And the funny thing is, there's still going to be that one person who basically said it was like Antifa or whatever. No, you literally had a president that was endorsed by the KKK, documented. Didn't denounce the Proud Boys, didn't denounce racism with the Charlottesville incident. So let's call it for what it is. It's racist. Like, everybody can see it. But the thing about it is, like, only one population can really understand the fear of it, and basically the fact that we had to adjust to the fear of this. And that's the black male in America. And you can take that whichever way you want. You can take that as basically the dark-skinned male or whatever. If you have any resemblance of basically being a male of color in the back of your mind, you've had, and especially if you have children, you've had to teach them how not to get killed by the police, the people who have to protect and serve. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm a professional. I'm a paramedic. I'm a soldier, and I am gonna be a nurse. But I'm not gonna ignore the fact that there's a lot of universal bias. I'm not gonna ignore the fact that our country could be better. And I'm not ignoring the fact that there are good people that recognize this. The part of the problem that I have the issue is the ones that want to be in constant denial, like this isn't an issue. You're part of the problem. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's up to you. You'll be in denial, you can do whatever, but at the end of the day, you're a coward. And the people playing the both sides part of this argument, you're just as bad as the people that's basically going in the Capitol, who planted pipe bombs over there that the FBI had to defuse, the one that killed people inside of there. Let's be real, man. Like, there's even images of in the Lincoln Memorial where the National Guard was already planted. It was literally tear gas thrown at these police officers. Now all of a sudden the police officers, at the police brutality of black people and minorities, have a discipline? Come on. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody can basically see it. And every black person, up to a certain extent, has had some type of negative stigma where they realize they're not with the police. I'm going to go into an aspect that of my personal experience as an African American male minding his own business dealt with the police. July 2005, city of Homestead in Florida, walking home down a 2-mile stretch, and I got pulled over by a police officer. They pulled their guns, pointed at me, and said that I fit the description of a man that robbed a bank. Mind you, I'm walking home, not running. So I pretty much said, hey, well, I'm walking down here. Mind if I can catch a ride for you to get home? One of the other police officers came in and basically said, this ain't our guy. Put the guns away, got inside the car, and basically drove off. I guarantee you, if I wasn't calm and I didn't think of basically saying, hey, yeah, just give me a ride home, they would have shot me and I would have been another statistic and nobody would have gave a shit. Now picture being a father that basically has to sit down with a teenage son and say, hey, don't run from the police. Don't look if they're following you. Just basically have the awkward moment of them following you and basically treating you like shit and basically not resisting even though they're beating you to a pulp. That's the reality of black people. That we have to basically learn to survive. That we are basically a potential victim. That we have to basically follow by their rules. And then you wonder why there is the aspect of the angry black man. But what's your take on it? If you had to experience this day in and day out, it's up to you, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. You tell me what your experiences was. And to be honest with you, you like it, you like it. I had to vent where everything's going on. Some people just don't understand. And they're basically like, hey, yeah, just be a law-abiding citizen. Sometimes that's not an option for us. Sometimes we can basically do everything right and we're still a target. And it's the reality of every black male, and especially for black females. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next video.